Welcome back. At the end of our last lesson, I challenged you to find which of these four relationships were quadratic functions. Let's see how you did. Equation A has x squared as its highest power. That is definitely a quadratic. Equation B has an x squared, but it has a higher power, an x cubed. That makes it a cubic function, not a quadratic. Rule C. The mechanic's bill has a steady rate of $75 an hour. The rule is y is equal to 75x plus 50. There is no squared variable, so it's a linear straight line. But rule D, the square patio, to find the area, you multiply the side by itself. That rule is y is equal to x squared. The squared signature is there. Rule D is a quadratic. Now that we can spot a quadratic equation, let's use one to do something a graph may not be able to do. Here's the rule for a new golf shot. Height is equal to negative 16t squared plus 40t. In lesson 2, we found our highest point, our vertex, by just looking at the peak of the graph. But look at the peak of this new shot. It doesn't land perfectly on a grid line. It happens somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds. But is the peak at 1.2 seconds? 1.3 seconds? We know graphs lack precision. If we want to find the exact maximum height, guessing won't work. We need a formula. Every standard quadratic equation is written in the form y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. In our golf shot, a is negative 16 and b is 40. Before we do any math, that a value tells us something about our graph. When it's negative, the parabola opens downward, which means our vertex will be a maximum. When it's positive, the parabola opens upward, and we have a minimum. To find the exact middle of any parabola, that mirror line we call the axis of symmetry, you only need a tiny formula. T is equal to negative b divided by 2 times a. Let's use it. We take negative 40 and divide it by 2 times negative 16. 2 times negative 16 is equal to negative 32. And negative 40 divided by negative 32 is equal to 1.25. That is our axis of symmetry. At exactly 1.25 seconds, the left side of our golf shot perfectly mirrors the right side. Now that we know the time of our peak, we plug 1.25 back into our rule to find the maximum height. 1.25 squared is equal to 1.5625. Multiply that by minus 16 and we get minus 25. 40 times 1.25 is equal to 50. Add them together. Minus 25 plus 50 is equal to 25. Our vertex is at 1.25, 25. No graph could give you those decimals perfectly. At a glance, by using A and B, you can find the axis of symmetry and vertex of any quadratic situation. Before we go, it's your turn. On screen is a new rule. Y is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 20. Hint: if no number is written in front of x squared, a is equal to 1. Here is your two-part challenge. First, based on the sign of A, will this parabola's vertex be a maximum or a minimum? Second, use our shortcut formula to find the exact location of the axis of symmetry and the vertex. Pause the video, do the math, and we will reveal the answers at the start of Lesson 5, where we will look at another feature of quadratic graphs, intercepts. See you then.